All right, I need to go ahead and make this video right this second as these thoughts are coming to my brain so that I don't lose anything and I don't lose focus. So really what I want to talk about is the fact that, we're Hebrew Israelites, and there's so many of our people who have come into the knowledge of being Hebrew Israelite and have left their journey there. They've said, oh my gosh, we're Hebrew. We have an agreement with the Most High. We're descendants, and we're chosen, and so we don't actually have anything that we have to do because we've already been chosen. Hold on. And that's just something that's really, really crazy to me because I feel as though that's a really irresponsible way of thinking, and we need to talk about the fact that, the Most High is sending His Spirit and He's waking our people up. We need to talk about the fact that our people are being woken up. But the problem is that a lot of our people are still, they're still in bed, okay? You can't wake up and then stay in the bed. What do you expect to do? What change do you expect to make doing that? You can't wake up and stay in the bed. The destruction is still coming. We have a responsibility. We can't be the ones that wake up and stay in bed. No. We have to make sure that we are doing everything possible because we have a job to do, and the job is not what you think it is. I have watched many of our people in the community. I have seen lots of videos, and to be honest, when I hear people that talk about like having jobs and talking about needing money for things, I'm reading more about this book, and I'm just like, I don't know if this is the attitude, if they're portraying the attitude that is really meant for our people to be portrayed. Some people say like, yeah, I need help, I need donations because I don't have a job and nobody's paying me. And the work that I do for the community, somebody has to pay me for that. So I do a GoFundMe, and I have a thing you can donate to the ministry. When I read about, and I'm still reading, so obviously I still have information to come across, but when I'm reading about that and I'm seeing, the Messiah, and I'm seeing how he worked, I'm just like, I don't remember him going to people and saying, now pay me for what I've done for you. I don't remember him saying that. Now, if you want to give to somebody because you see that they're in need, that's different. That's completely scriptural. That is the attitude of what our people are supposed to be like. But there's people who say like, donate to the ministry, and I need money, I need this, I need that. That, to me, that shows me that you actually really still don't have faith in the Most High, because you understand that living this path and walking this path, the Most High got you. Nobody else got you like the Most High got you when you're on this path. So when you're saying I need money to help pay for food because I can't eat, I can't starve, you're telling me and you're telling the people that you don't trust the Most High to provide for you if you're not receiving physical money from other people. You trust in the money. You trust in what the money can do for you. And I'm sorry, but I'm just coming into this phase in my life where I'm really trying to understand the will of the Most High, and the work is not going to a job where you're spending the majority of your day there doing stuff that has nothing to do with the Most High just so you can earn money to eat. That's not scriptural. I'm sorry. From what I'm reading, that's not in line with the Most High. Hold on. The Most High, the Most High got you. He said when we're talking about when Jesus Christ, I'll say Jesus Christ because that's the name that most people are used to, and also because I still am not completely sure on the name of the Messiah in Hebrew still, but I'll get there. I think, wow, I'm losing my train of thought. When the Messiah had his apostles and he told them to go into the towns and to start preaching, he said, don't take extra clothes. He said, don't take extra money because your works, people will pay you based on your works. He didn't say go into the cities and ask people for money. He just didn't do it. So I get so confused when I see our people up here and they are doing good work. I thank you guys. Really though, we need you in our community. But at the same time, when you ask for money for it, it's like you're saying like, oh, I'm doing this and I'm not, at this point, you're not doing it for anybody. You're doing it expecting to get money in return. And you're not doing it freely. And you're not giving charity. You're not spreading the Most High's word without expecting anything in return. Which is, how is that in alignment with the spirit of the Messiah? How? That's something that's really confusing to me, because there's too many of our people who are like that. You still trust. This is why I say, like, you guys have woken up, but you're still in bed. The way I see it, you've woken up to the truth, but you're still in bed. And what is the bed? The bed is the system. The bed is Babylon. You're still deep in the system. You woken up, okay, great, amazing, but you're still in bed. You gotta get out of bed. You gotta start living a different way. I don't know why you guys still think that having a job and earning money to pay for things is something that is in line with the Most High. No, his work was different. You saw that people were going to fetch water. People were hoeing down wood. People were... there was priests. You see, there was real work. And this, oh, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna work in the hotel for 8 hours a day, or I'm gonna go work in the office for 8 hours a day and then come home, when all that work and all that time that you spent wasn't for nothing. And there's not gonna be a time when you're coming. I mean, just think about it. When you're coming to meet the Father for the judgment, is he really gonna say, but you worked well in the office? Is he gonna say that? I don't know. It's just a question. And I try to think in perspectives like that, and I'm like, no, when he's saying work, I'm almost 1,000% sure he's talking about his work. He's not talking about your job. That's just no. And there's you're sucked in, and you write books or you write books or you publish your lessons, or you do something like that, and I guess maybe you think that that's the work that you're supposed to be doing, and I just think that's just really crazy to me, because it makes me ask, what is it that you're expecting? Do you really expect the Most High to bless you, or are you trusting that he's that you need physical money? I mean, I still have work to do and learning to do. Okay, I still have work to do in figuring out, what tithing is and things like that. But I mean, when we really get into it, we really have to talk about, like, what is our responsibility in this community, and how are we helping people? I feel like I can't go back to work. That's what I feel like. I feel like I can't go back into that system of having a job and being away from my home for the majority of the day, doing something that has nothing to do with the Most High, just so I can receive a piece of paper to buy food. That's not my idea of work. No, my idea of work is going out, not having a damn thing and not getting money, but trusting, but spreading the word of the Most High and helping other people come to the Most High, and not expecting any return, but trusting the fact that you're not going to starve to death, because the Most High won't have you do that. That's what I believe is work. So I'm not sure why there's so many people in the community who are trying to get the money from our brothers and sisters. Now, obviously, if you have it and you see somebody doing work and you want to donate and you feel like they deserve it, why wouldn't you want to donate? But when you start asking, I think you're starting to get removed. When you start asking people for money and you start asking, like, didn't you like what I did? Pay me. No, if somebody doesn't want to give you money, they don't want to give you money, period. And if they do, they do. That's just like my situation. I don't have a job. I don't have a job right now. I don't know where my money's coming from, but I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it because I trust in Yah. And yes, there's going to be times where I'm hungry. There's going to be times where I don't have food. There's going to be times where I don't have the flyest clothes, okay? And that's just part of the journey. And I'm not going to be tripping. I'm not going to be asking our brothers and sisters to help me out, because if they see my position and they see it and they don't want to do anything, that's on them. But I'm not going to ask. I feel really uncomfortable asking people for money. I always have. because I want people to give it based on what they see there's a need for it. So if I see somebody asking, if I see a brother or sister asking for donations or something, and I also see that they're not hurting, they have all the latest gadgets, they have all the latest brands, I'm gonna be like, what exactly do you need money for? Because it's obvious you're not lacking. It's very obvious. So this work, you guys are confused. Or maybe it's me that's confused. I don't know. But I just feel like if it's maybe I'm confused, but I just feel like if it's if we're having to ask people to give us money for the work that we're doing, that just seems like you're needing some type of validation from other people, whereas just do the work and spread the word. And if the people, I mean, how can you say that the Messiah is like your role model, and then you guys turn around and say like, okay, give me money for giving you a 1-hour lesson? What are you talking about? I'm still reading, like, I just haven't come across that yet. I haven't come across the part where the Messiah said, okay, now because I've preached to all of you guys, I need you to pay me for my work. I haven't come across that yet. I'm not sure why that's an attitude with so many of the people in our community. I'm not sure. We need to be coming out of the system. We need to be coming out of bed. Okay, we've woken up to being Hebrew. We need to be letting go of this Greek Western mentality of in this dependence on money that people have. It's too great. People are really too dependent on money, and that is really sad. Not just in America, here in Dominican Republic, and in all those other countries where you see that their currency is failing and it's going to ish, the country. People are trusting too much in a piece of paper that was created by man's hands. And the fact that you are looking to get that piece of paper that was created by man's hands for your spiritual work is just, there's an imbalance. You can't expect anything physical. I mean, I can't expect anything physical for doing spiritual work. Now, for example, the Most High, these people, when they were coming out of Egypt and they were wandering in the desert for 40 years, not one time did they ever go to work. Not one time. I just, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? They had their workings and their duties within the camp. They had what they had to do. They had their job in that sense. All of your guys' jobs, if you're working for a bigger system, if you're working for a company, you're enslaved. You're still a slave. You're at the bottom of the pyramid, and you're trusting too much, and you're giving too much faith, and you're putting too much of your faith into the fact that people can give you pieces of money, pieces of paper with designs on it. It's a lot of things have changed for me lately, and I'm starting to say, like, I'm really trying to live Yah's life the way that He had planned it for us, the way that He had it set up for us. I'm not trying to do anything extra, and I'm really starting to see what Babylon is. And it's the entire system, it's the entire mindset, it's the entire upbringing. I was thinking, I was like, how come we weren't raised with values? How come we weren't raised with with knowledge of how to navigate life? We weren't raised that way because we were raised with information on how to work. They raised us with information so that we can get good jobs, with skills so that we can get good jobs. They raise us to work. That's what Babylon is. I'm not sure how you haven't noticed that yet, but having a job and being in that is part of being in that system. So when He says, come out of her, my people, yes, He's talking about leave your jobs too. I don't know why you guys think that, but I can't leave my job because how am I going to eat? That's a lack of faith in the Most High. That is a complete lack of faith in the Most High. A complete lack of faith. I can't leave my job because my job provides my food. No, the Most High provides you with what you need. Maybe I'm too far gone. Maybe I'm too deep up into this. Maybe I want to follow Yah too much. maybe when he says come out of her, maybe I'm really looking at what the F he's saying, and I'm not saying, oh, I'm gonna keep my job and keep working for these people for 8 hours and keep being distracted and keep my mind occupied with something that's not of the Most High, because it keeps coming back. I'm not gonna tell you death. I'm here in DR. I was with my man and his friend died. My man, we're both young. We're young people. And his friend died. And I'm just like, dude, that was your friend. He was 22 years old. And now his chance to walk in the Most High's footsteps are over. They're over. They're done. He doesn't get another opportunity. And the thing that really just got me was the fact that he died at work on a Sabbath. And I'm just like, this is part of the Babylonian system that we're talking about. When you guys have situations when you say, I can't get out of working on Saturday. My boss won't let me go on Saturdays. No, you say, the Most High commands that I stay home on Saturday. And I meet with other people and I adore him on Saturday. And he is who I fear. I don't fear my boss. I don't fear the fact that my boss can fire me and take my job away from me, because the Most High set this day to be a sacred day. I'm not going to make excuses for the Most High because of my oppressor. I'm not going to give more honor and respect my oppressor more than I respect the Most High. That's what I'm not going to do. But you guys have your own thing. You guys say, like, oh no, my boss says that I can't go home on Saturday, so I have to do what my boss says. And you're overruling what your boss said over the Most High's word. That's exactly what you're doing. You can't argue. That's what you're doing. So I think you guys, we have to get out of bed. We've woken up to being Hebrew Israelite. We know what who we are. Oh my gosh, praise Yah. But for those of us who are still in bed, it's time to get up. It's time to raise up out the bed and get up and get to work. Not this Babylonian work. We have work to do, and it all has to do with the Most High. If it doesn't have to do with the Most High, it is a distraction. It is keeping you off the direct path to the Most High, period. We're not talking about opinions anymore. We've left opinions in the past because we're not in times of opinions. We're in times of you have to do in order to get the desired outcome. That's what we're talking about now. I'm going to share that with you because there's so many of us that are working and we are not realizing how working is keeping us from the Most High. We don't realize how much our jobs keep us from the Most High. But we have more trust in those jobs, and we know that there's physical money coming from those jobs that can pay for things, and we know that, and we trust that, and we don't trust the Most High in the same way. We don't trust that if I leave that job, the Most High will still take care of me. We don't trust that. And that's bad because the Most High has the last say. He has the last say. Your boss, if there's a power outage today, if there's a power outage today and no place has power and power never comes back, your job is obsolete right then and there. You're then working for nothing. You're already working for nothing. If it has nothing to do with the Most High, your work is for nothing. This is why I'm glad that I've been reading and not only I've been watching obviously videos. When I say that I'm learning on my own, I'm not just learning on my own. I'm obviously still watching lectures and things like that from pastors who have more knowledge than I do. I just obviously always compare what they're saying to what I've read. Obviously, that's my study skill. That's my study habit. But yes, there's too many of us that are still in bed. Still, maybe we're not sleeping anymore, but we're still in bed though, and that's just as bad. You can't wake up and stay in bed. You gotta go to school. You gotta go to work. You gotta get stuff done. And this stuff that we have to get done is Yah's work. We have Yah's work to do, not this Babylonian work. You guys, I know it's hard. I know it's hard, but it took me not having a job to see. It took me, I'm living in this situation. I'm like, wow, I don't have a job, but look at how I'm bettering my relationship with the Most High with this time that I would have been using working for somebody. I would have been using this time working for somebody, but now I'm using this time learning about the Father. And there's nothing better than that. You're still in the system and you're still in bed. He says to come out of her, my people. He means to come out of her, my people. That's in every way. In every way. Yes, your job is included. It's not about whether or not you agree with me. It's about doing Yah's work, and it's about being in these last times, and it's about trying to reach salvation for your eternal soul. I'm going to spread the information that I think is necessary for our people, because having a job is distracting you. If you're not doing Yah's work, having that job is distracting you. It's distracting you with paper money, giving you the false idea that you are secure in life because you have that job. That is so not even biblical at all. The Most High just doesn't work like that. You have more faith in your job than you have in the Father. You might not want to admit it, but that's what the truth is. That's just what the situation is. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off the video there, because the fact is that when it says to come out of her, he's not talking about just in one way. He's not saying, oh, just stop celebrating holidays. No, he's talking about making sacrifices, killing your old self, killing the old ways that you're used to, and coming to him and living in the way that he designed for you. And he didn't design you to go to work for 8 hours a day, come home tired, and not even come home tired, too tired to even read, to pick up the Bible. Most of y'all come home, y'all don't be ready to dive into the Bible and get ready and make up for what you missed when you were working throughout the day. Most of you guys are working in these jobs that have nothing to do. They will not help you in any way. They just give you that physical money, and you're hypnotized. And I understand, because I used to be like that. But you're hypnotized, and you're putting too much trust and too much faith into a piece of paper that they can tomorrow they can say that now a bag of flour is $200. They can say that. The power, the people who created the dollar and who really have control over that ish. Okay, they can change the price. They can change the value whenever they want. You have to let go of having faith in things like that, and start trusting in things that are of the Father, and start trusting in his blessings, and start trusting that, okay, if I leave my job, dang, I'm gonna stop getting that piece of paper that has been helping me buy my food, that has been helping me buy my house, my car, my transportation. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna lose out on that. No, what are you going to gain when you leave something that is distracting you from the Most High, and you start putting that energy and that time that you're putting into that job, and you start putting that same energy into the Most High? What is he gonna have for you then? That's what we're talking about. And I think, look, that's just what I have to say this morning. That's what came on to me, because there's just too many people who say, like, dang, I can't do the Sabbath because my boss. What are you talking about, your boss? Who has control of your life, your boss or the Father who said you need to worship me on this day? You're making a choice. You are. You cannot make excuses and say my boss said no, because what the Most High is going to be like, wow, so basically your boss's word was more important than mine. Okay, I see. You know what, I have to stop this video, because you guys, we have to come out of her. It's going to be uncomfortable. That's what growth is. Yes, you're going to be uncomfortable. Yes, you're going to live without things that you have. I mean, maybe that's why I was able to grow so much when I spent my year in DR, not having luxuries that I'm used to, and not having power, and sometimes not having water, and never having hot water. Okay, not never, but now getting to the point of just like, yes, not having hot water, bathing in cold water, taking bucket baths, having to go and climb trees to get your coconuts. There's work, and then there's Yah's work. And when he's talking about work, when he's talking about in his Bible that we're reading, and we're talking about good works, and we're talking about work and how the people provide, I'm almost 1,000% positive he's talking about the people who are doing Yah's work, and not the people who are working in the Babylonian system for nothing. You have to wake up. We've woken up, okay? We have to get out of bed now. Okay, we have to come out of the system. We have to get out of the system. We have to get out of bed. That's just what I'm going to leave it at.